So one more interesting tool to come out with the divergent many ideas is called as a morphological analysis. Morphology normally is related to animals and plant, how the different components are connected to each other. That analysis is a morphological analysis. Now we are using this morphological analysis as a tool for creativity so that it can help you to come out with the multiple types of ideas. Say for example, if you are developing a new form of a transport, now which are the different attributes or the aspects of a transport? Medium of traveling or in which you are traveling, mode of traveling, source of power, because power is important when you are traveling, and posture, whether you are standing, whether you are sleeping, whether you are sitting. Okay, so we have just taken 4 different aspects of traveling. So, take those 4 aspects: traveling by air, water, space, underground, land, and you can go on adding. Agree? Vacuum also, hyperloop is like a traveling in a vacuum, or traveling with the magnetic levitation is the bullet train, like traveling on wheels, rollers, air cushion, skids, magnetic collision or magnetic levitation. When the 2 magnets North Pole come together, there is a repulsion which acts as a creating a gap between the powered by what is power source? It may be steam, it may be a fuel, it may be a cable car, it may be atomic energy, electrical energy, flywheel, and all those are like a power source. No? It may be a solar power, it may be a battery, it may be, all those things are possible. Traveler posture, is he sitting or sleeping or standing? And okay, so what I have done, 4 important aspects of a traveling, and I have tried to find out which are the different way I can travel now, or which are the different medium of transport, which are the different posture of traveler, right? Simple. Now, most interestingly, solutions possible if there are 4 different ways, medium in which you are traveling, okay, 5 and 6, and the total number of variations possible, it becomes 5 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 4. In this particular aspect, so many. Agree? So many variations are possible. It allows me to come out with the divergent thinking. I am selecting one. For example, I can select that I am traveling on land, I am using wheels for transportation, I am using electric power, I am sitting. It becomes an electric car, right? Moving on water, on air cushion, I may be using battery or a fuel, fossil fuel. People might be in sitting posture. It becomes hovercraft. The hovercraft, because there is a air cushion, okay, and there is a baffle, it captures the pressurized air and lifts the whole thing. And because it is moving on air cushion, it's quite efficient. Always people wonder why we have not invented hovercraft first and then the aeroplanes. Hovercraft is invented pretty later. Actually, we should have invented this first, okay, than the aeroplane, which is like a flying in air itself. Air, rollers, cable, standing posture can result into a rapid transit system. And look at drop from 170 meters in 60 seconds. Or it can be underground, rollers, electricity, standing posture. So it can become a metro or underground local. So you are combining various elements in a random manner or a newer relation and come out with a newer innovation. So method is look at each attribute or the different aspect or different parts of the product and ask how else can this be accomplished or why does this have to be this way? Can I make it different? In how many ways I can make this different? So pencil is meant for writing, it might be yellow color, it has lead, it has eraser, it is sharp, hexagonal. Okay, it is made with the wood, it is having a printing and so many things. No? Each attribute or each aspect can be changed. No? Why it should be cylindrical? Can I make it triangular? Can I make it rectangular? Can I make it hexagonal? New pencil. Why it should be yellow? I make it red, I make it blue, I make it green. That becomes your brand. Use for writing, maybe I will use it for something else. Scratching my back, okay? And it can have that, you might have seen that, right? A small scratcher is attached to a long pencil, for hand type of thing. So you can use it for scratching your back. It's no more for writing, but something else. So let's look at the screwdriver. Simple product, right? Now I want to innovate screwdriver. So typical parts are there is a grip, there is a shank or that cylindrical portion in between and there is a bit. The front end which get fixed with the screw head and you can tighten or loosen the screw. It's manual, it is used for tightening, loosening screw, round wooden handle or steel. You go on writing this. And then say, can I change this? In how many ways I can make an handle? Specific attributes, specific aspect. Change the wooden handle to a plastic handle and a metal handle, it becomes new screwdriver. Agree? Or I will add something more. Okay, finger rest. That top portion is I'm pressing it with my finger and it allows me to rotate that even the red portion, it's like a ball and socket. It allows me to give a pressure, vertical downward pressure. Okay. I mentioned about this, but they discovered that most of the craftsmen, they are using both hands. That's the observation. Okay. Observation is to be converted into a design insight, and this is like $1 million worth insight. So, many people hold screwdriver with both hands while driving in a horizontal. Provide a longer handle. That was the approach. Simple, no? This screwdriver, I don't have enough space to hold it in two hands. Make the handle long. And it is Baco Ergo. Now that's the brand. So it allows me to use it in the vertical posture as well as horizontal, because both hands can be used for gripping. When it is small, that also I am having a very nice grip. When both hands are to be used, it is having the longer handle. Tips are given the contrasting color. Color coding, understanding different users, different needs. And then it becomes an iconic screwdriver in the screwdriver market. All tools, now Ergo is their brand. It's most comfortable tool to use. That's their approach. So, if I say that the screwdriver has basic three parts, the tip, the shank and the handle. Okay? In how many ways I can modify this? I can make it good grip, like the scooter handle. This area is used for storing the clips, the bits. Even bits can be stored inside, and it becomes a very effective design and fast selling product. To increase the input power or a torque, can I make it T? Because there the radius of effective force application is still small. It's leverage. Look at the different parts. I have changed the basic handle. Handle is no more simple handle, but this is also like a nylon hammer. I remove this, there are bits inside. Can I make it compact? That one is absolute sharp T. No? But can it be more pleasant looking form? Good to grip? That one is the fix, it is not the ratchet. Ratchet helps you to. What is the function of a ratchet? So, when you are driving in, okay, your motion is only this much. So, standard screwdriver which without ratchet, you have to rotate, loosen this grip, come back and rotate further. Right? Ratchet helps you to, with come back without loosening the grip. That's the purpose. And it can be for driving in the screw or taking out the screws. There are two positions. So there is a ratchet. It moves in one direction. I change the position, it moves other direction. Otherwise it is locked. And very nice hand grip, right? As compared to that other T screwdriver. Can I change the shank? This is called as a ratchet brace. It's pressed like this and to be rotated like that. So effective. I am getting maximum torque. And it is used commonly by the construction workers. These are manual, I can make it powered, then you don't require this mechanical advantage. It can be so small, but still effective and user friendly. This itself gives me 4 different options. I can change the bits. How about making a folding T? And I can carry it like a pen, no? Because there is a clip on. There is a nice clip. That T or this T is not compact to carry. It's pivot, which allows you to fold the handle, top handle. Isn't it interesting? This is classic. Will you call this as a screwdriver? It is having many bits inside. So you have to assemble it and use it as a screwdriver. But total new innovative product, a screwdriver in a small box. Then we have sets of the watchmaker screws, and here even because watchmaker screws, they don't require the force, they require just a very tiny pressure. So the top is designed for that. The watch repairer person is just using one finger to press it down and these 2 fingers to rotate the screwdriver. Complete set. Why shank should be of fixed length? That is my design problem statement. Can I provide a variable length shank? And multiple tools. So shank is having the variable length. You select the tool bit, insert it, right? Complete sets. Now, this is a folding handle. It has 2 positions. One is straight and another is 90 degrees folding. It is also having the ratchet which allows you to easily screw in or screw out. Can I provide light on the, and this light is further adjusted. If you want more light, you can pull that light source very near to the screwdriver head. There is a space provided inside the handle where you can put the batteries and multi-tool like a Swiss knife. So this is screwdriver now. You can go on changing or selecting the tip what you want. So what we have done, changing one attribute, one aspect of a problem, created a newer product. Right? All that earlier devices, they were human powered. But I can say that it should be battery operated and different functions. They may be straight powered thing, battery operated, small battery operated, bigger capacity battery operated. So you have to identify the customer need and come out with the different product, and different product can really help you to capture the market. Okay, so this morphological tools or morphological analysis can again help you to create variety. Screwdrivers, right? So, thank you.